battle. Wolf Striker. Palutena.
The next battle.
Hello guys. So sorry about the little interruption in commentary, but right now in grand finals we have StockTaker and Soan versus Ralphie and Tweek. This is a very exciting grand finals because Tweek and Ralphie are on loser's side. I unfortunately will be solo casting for now as my partner in casting had to go play his bracket set, but hopefully I will be sufficient enough for everybody else. I am not entirely sure who took Game 1, I think it was StockTaker and Soan. And if they can if they can get this win for themselves, this will be an amazing upset to take Aeon doubles over a top 3 player like Tweek and you know, oh no, rather, excuse me, Tweek and Ralphie have the game up, my bad. But anyhow, StockTaker going with the Wii Fit Trainer and Soan sticking to Ike. Wii Fit Trainer, I believe, has some of the most phenomenal ledge sustain in the game. Her advantage state is her playing and dancing around ledge. So you're definitely going to see like characters like Wolf and Joker definitely struggle to land kills on her because that's how they get their kills, right? They get their kills through edge guarding. So this is going to be a very drastic change in momentum for both of these players, and I'm not sure if Tweek and Ralphie can adapt in time. But right now, StockTaker is getting a phenomenal juggle off on both Tweek and Ralphie, and they're just interchanging opponents under which to juggle. And Soccer Ball is definitely a very, very menacing projectile to deal with. And Tweek cleaning up the stock on Soan. The StockTaker trying to opt for the secondary side B spike hitbox with the Soccer Ball, and if not that, the bouncing of the Soccer Ball to knock them. But of course, missing both. Soan trying to lead some sort of a dash in with his tilts and getting that punish on Ralphie for trying to recover. Soan with the preemptive air dodges got punished the first time, and that F tilt once again enough to take off the stock. And right now, the Soan is just like doing such a great job of just like racking up this damage. Soan is rolling in a couple of times, really, really mixing up his movement and momentum with Ike, a character who can be a little bit linear sometimes, not to the detriment of the player, of course. Whoa. That just cleaned up the entire screen, and StockTaker was the one to die for that, not even Ralphie. Right now, StockTaker, you know, he has his breathing out, his dash attack, of course, do so much, and both Tweek and Ralphie have to look out for that F tilt, which can be extraordinarily menacing when deep breathing is active. And so you're going to see StockTaker right now play around the ledge, protect Soan, but Soan was not in the distance to the position to be able to recover in time. So very, very unfortunate on Soan's part. And right now, StockTaker and Soan at 3 stocks in total, but same with Tweek and Ralphie, so they can quickly clean up the stock on Tweek before the funny man comes out. You know, this could be a very, very, very good game 2 going into game 3 for StockTaker and Soan. And of course, they got the stock off on Tweek. StockTaker and Soan, high percents, though not the biggest kill percents, especially since our Sen isn't out right now. And you know, Soan goes for these F tilts so frequently, and he has to take the stock because there's no way StockTaker will be able to clean up a stock early percents on Ralphie. Wolf, who's a character with so much sustain. Soan trying to get something started with the falling forwarders. The F tilts are spaced so well, just knocking Tweek off stage, letting StockTaker do essentially what he wants to Ralphie. And that's, and that dash attack was enough to take it out. And that's very, very unfortunate. Right now, if Soan can get one falling neutral air or a dash attack was enough to take it, and he has the percent lead. So this is definitely something for Soan to take right now. The very, very bold, aggressive recovery choice going for the side B up. A great neutral air into forward air, racking up a little bit of percent onto Tweek. And this is very, very difficult right now, but Soan opting for the side B again. And this is like something I love, just the way that Soan positions himself in order to recover. It does look linear, but there's just so much thought and process behind it. The play is, you know, it's phenomenal here. Tweek landing with the neutral B, getting a little bit of extra chip damage. Soan trying to get a lead. Maybe the up air would have taken it at 129% rage against Tweek, who's now at 98. Down air doesn't 2-frame from that kind of positioning, maybe trying to lead the get up onto stage. Tweek was able to clutch it out, doing super well, making sure he wasn't going to lose that game. Going into game 3 right now, I think we're going to definitely need to be seeing a little bit more reserved play coming from Soan, just because his dash attack, I do believe, killed his teammate StockTaker a little bit earlier. So we're definitely just going to need to see a little bit more restraint in his play. And a 1v1 situation is definitely not where you would want to ideally be with a player like Tweek. So going back to PS2, a super neutral stage choice, very popular here in Tri-State. And right now, already Soan's at 37%. StockTaker not taking any hits. But then Ralphie landing the down throw dash attack. And ooh, the back throw. And Soan was almost able to get the side B hit off of that throw off stage. Wow. They're so I don't have any words to describe the interaction that just took place. I really love the fact that Tweek opted for a reflect, and Tweek losing his stock extremely early to I believe it was an F smash coming from StockTaker. Great up tilt, juggling him, and F tilt just to knock him away, putting him in the vicinity of a lot of Soan's aerials. Oh, and if Tweek had done the fast fall neutral B where he landed away, that almost definitely would have been the stock, which is insane to think about just how potent Ike's F smash is. Wow, there's just so many different exchanges happening right now. Soan on the edge, definitely not where you want to be against Wolf. Getting scooped up by Wolf's up smash. I believe it was out of shield. Has so much horizontal reach, much more than you think. It is a little bit deceptive in that sense. Stock knocking Tweek off stage, but unable to edge guard him as he has to now focus on Ralphie, who stands before him. Ralphie trying to get the juggle scenario on StockTaker, who is at 109%. A back air might have been enough to take it. But of course, right now, StockTaker has his deep breathing out. He's definitely going to start racking up the percent on the next person he lays his eyes on. A great juggle scenario coming from StockTaker, doing that nair up tilt up air into a side B. Great use of a stall off stage to get the deep breathing off. Right now, Soan was supposed to do the full hop back air, but misinputted it with a short hop back air. And right now, Soan is just trying to get quite literally anything started because Ike has the conversion just about at every single percent from neutral air and at a lot of different spacings. Neutral air into neutral air up air, neutral air forward air, neutral air back air. So many different potentials for mix depending on the positioning and percent. Soan trying to go for a down air, reading a drop down or maybe a 2-frame attempt. Definitely doesn't want to commit to anything more bold. But if it is a 2v1 situation, you'll see Soan start committing to things like a neutral B, which will kill you fully charged at 40% and has quite a bit of armor on it, I believe. And right now, Soan and StockTaker sitting extremely comfortably, only 81% in between them. But the funny man is out, and both Ike and WeFit don't necessarily have multi-hits, which are multi-hits, of course. The more hits something does, the easier it is to dispatch Arsene. So if your character has a down throw like Nessa's or Zelda's, you can down throw Arsene and it'll take away a huge chunk of it immediately. But getting back into the game, a fantastic F smash, getting the reverse hitbox, sending him the other way. That was so good from StockTaker. And right now, like, with that little change in momentum, we can definitely see Soan and StockTaker start to make a comeback. And even if they lose the set, Tweek and Ralphie still have to make the bracket reset. So even if they do get the bracket reset off, that means they still have to win another 3 games, which can prove to be extremely challenging and not to mention mentally taxing. Just to have that level of, of mental fortitude just to keep your head in the game for so long. And I really wouldn't be surprised if they all went back to PS2 because this is such a good stage for just about everybody involved. Everybody can get what they really want to do here. StockTaker backlining, able to get a fully charge on his neutral B. Of course, going to heal a little bit when he launches it. And he gets hit, which effectively dispels it. And right now, Soan is just getting the damage racked up on him. He was struggling to land for the first 20 seconds of the game, already at 91%. But as soon as he gets any kind of hit off, he can really just optimize it. He goes for the dash attack at ledge, which is particularly risky, especially considering his teammate was just hanging there. But tried to knock him off because that edge guard situation could have definitely taken the stock off of Ralphie. Tweek landing with a Rebels guard. And right now, StockTaker is just throwing out that projectile. Soan opting for the high recovery right back onto stage. And Ralphie almost completely by himself on the opposite corner of the stage. Soan missing his neutral air into back air, maybe not at the perfect percent for it, and StockTaker losing his stock already. And now we have Tweek and Ralphie both comfortably sitting at stock above, though Ralphie is at quite the kill percent right now. So if he is knocked off stage, I mean, just about anything will be able to finish it off. StockTaker trying to finish things off really quickly, trying to get a soccer ball snipe, but missing thanks to the outmaneuvering of the opponent. Fantastic F tilt coming from Soan. Every time I see Soan land an F tilt, it either kills or just knocks him so far away to the point where the stage presence is essentially invalidated. So that's definitely, I feel like, one of Soan's strongest points in the set. And if they can find a way to clean up the stock on Tweek, and just as I say it, they can bring it back to even, especially as StockTaker lands that fully charged neutral B on Ralphie, bringing the percents closer and closer and closer. Great neutral B coming from Tweek. And right now, Soan is off stage, definitely not where he wants to be, and Tweek has enough ground speed to be able to punish him with a dash attack. Oh my goodness, I believe that was an up smash. Yes, it was. That was phenomenal, and Soan able to armor through the counter, of course, still having that invulnerability or intangibility. I tend to mix up the two after getting off the angel platforms. StockTaker knocking them back into the mix with his F tilt and trying to land back onto stage, but then dying to the dash attack. So Tweek is currently at 94% and is off stage. Soan choosing to opt for helping out StockTaker with getting the damage off on Ralphie rather than getting the edge guard, which I believe was definitely the right choice to make, rather than committing to something that could cost the both of them their stocks. Great dash attack, cleaning up that stock as well. And right now, StockTaker, is able to get that deep breathing off. And honestly, this match is almost completely even, is what I would say, had Tweek not taken 49% on the dot right there through that one little tiny exchange. And of course, whenever Wii Fit has deep breathing active, that character just is able to get so much damage in. And that was really interesting. Ralphie was holding Soan, and StockTaker just soccer balls right into Soan, maybe trying to knock the two of them apart. But of course, Ralphie avoiding that hit of it. And Ike is at 123%, but it's also not to mention the fact that he's extraordinarily heavy, but he loses the stock. So unless StockTaker is able to get some sort of a gimp right here and right now, this might be a wrap for Game 3, making the bracket reset. Oh, fantastic ping pong in between those two. Just able to get, the conversions off. And that was so smart from Ralphie not to throw him back to Tweek. If you threw him back to Tweek, that could have been a down air, that could have been a forward air, and that could have been the stock, making it even. So amazing situational awareness coming from Ralphie to throw him back onto stage. And now StockTaker is holding edge, trying to charge a neutral B, trying to get the deep breathing off, getting those chip damages in little by little. Super committal. Oh my gosh, and he got the neutral B into, I believe it was a back air or a forward air. Regardless, it was a phenomenal play. And that's a bracket reset coming for Tweek and Ralphie. Oh boy. Meaning, I also believe DSR is reset, but both of these teams just want to keep running it back to PS2. Regardless, jumping into Game 1 of the Grand Finals bracket reset. You see Ralphie sitting at a cool 57% mid-percent, not too, not too high or not too low. It can easily be reversed at any given moment right now. But now you see Stone and StockTaker at a considerable percent lead, and Soan able to make it back from so deep. I mean, Soan's recoveries this game have been just, again, so on point, knowing when to perfectly mix between jumping on top of ledge and actually snapping to ledge. Wow, and right now, Tweek is already at a stock down, and StockTaker is sitting at a very low percent. So this is working out fantastically well. Right now, they just need to clean up Soan stock very quickly if they hope to get the leg up in the set right now. StockTaker still sitting at 67% on his first stock. For Ralphie and Tweek right now, they need to hold on to Ralphie's stock like there is no tomorrow, because Wolf can do so many things with really good rage, and that's going to be the stock. And now it's 2-2 against 3-2 stock count. Right now, StockTaker, every single time both StockTaker and Stone space their respective F-tilts, they just get so much mileage off of it, either it be to knock them away or they get a kill off of it. So those tools are just so fundamental to those characters' kits. Right now, a great forwarder coming from Soan, and that dash attack able to scoop up Tweek, but not enough to kill quite yet. Impeccable DI on Tweek's part. and that's going to be enough to take Tweek stock. And now this has become a considerable lead for both StockTaker and Soan. StockTaker is going to definitely try to play a little bit more defensively, considering he's significantly lighter and at 125%. But just as that, you have Soan living at 133% off stage, needs to come back against Joker, which is a very, very challenging feat, but Soan able to do so successfully, getting the forward air, or he's at a neutral air, into the up tilt. So really, really, really great damage coming off, and the up smash from Ralphie, enough to clean up that stock. Man, both of these players are just constantly outplaying each other, both of these teams rather. Doing such a fantastic job. And right now, oh, Ralphie trying to get the hard lead with the F smash, but slightly off on his spacing with it. And StockTaker right now, you know, while all of that interaction between those three was happening, is able to get that fully charged neutral B off. And wow, just like that, that counter was brilliant. That counter was so good. It just reversed the game into their favor. That was absolutely phenomenal. And right now, StockTaker needs to, rather, Soan needs to find a way to clean up either one of these stocks. StockTaker is really, really able to set up these scenarios for Soan to clean them up right now. This is a double edge guard scenario, extremely scary. But Ralphie and Tweek, amazing synchronization from the two. And the spike coming out. Oh my gosh. And Soan getting the dash attack, but still not quite enough to kill. He was not enough at ledge. Dash attack has a very interesting way in the way it scales its set knockback. Wow. Like Soan just committing to all these aggressive options. Abusing the fact that both Joker and Wolf don't have necessarily the best out of shield options, and it's now a 1v1 between Soan and Tweek. This is doable. This is a point, and then he commits to an F smash. That might have been an F tilt, but regardless, I just found it to be quite amusing. Right now, he's just jumping with those neutral airs. Great drag down smash. Tweek's technical execution is off the charts. He is able to recognize the scenarios when he can land something like that, and he is able to get it off every single time. So going into game 2 of the bracket reset, Ralphie and Tweek not dropping any games, doing super, super, super well right now. This is definitely, but Soan and StockTaker keeping it so close. It's just towards the end, you see Tweek cleaning it up with that counter. That counter was definitely what shifted the momentum for their favor, because it cleaned up both of their stocks at once. And they're gonna still be sticking with PS2. Mediocre music choice. I really don't want to be commentating over this now, but oh, that's how it is. You know, you see Tweek landing those up air strings so good, getting 22%, but every single little bit of damage counts right now. But StockTaker, Soan rather, getting juggled quite a bit by Ralphie. And StockTaker right now actually opting to choose for Wolf, and I love that from Soan. Just choosing to take out the stock. There's really no reason not to. It's an even exchange. And considering it's a player like Tweek who is so good at the 1v1 scenarios, you can just take off his stocks as you please. So right now, StockTaker is just doing a really, really great job of playing a little bit defensively. Right now, he's just making sure that Soan has the ability he needs to get back to stage, but Soan not in the distance he needs to get back. And that was really, really interesting. StockTaker connecting his side B almost. The animation persisting for quite a bit. Soan needs to find his footing, because right now both Ralphie and Tweek are just so up in his face. And great up B, calling out that full hop from Ralphie. And right now this is very, very, very dangerous for Soan, but he was able to land on the platform. Beautiful spacing on Soan's part. Soan going with the spot dodge read, expecting some sort of an out of shield option from Ralphie. Perhaps maybe an up smash of some sorts. Ooh, going for that neutral air. I thought he might have still had a jump ready to converge that into a back air or something. Great forward air usage. And I love the fact that Tweek tried to go for the parry punish right there. But of course, Ike's up B is safe on parry if he lands right back onto ledge like that, unless you have a frame 1 parry option. Ooh. That, I want to say that kind of worked to their favor, but StockTaker, wow, still haven't lost a single stock all game. And that's definitely going to play to Soan's and StockTaker's advantage. If they can clean up the stock on Tweek, it'll be quite literally even. So right now they need one good back air, one good smash attack, one good up air, anything on Tweek, and that is going to bring it back into even. And I love that option from Soan. It's aggressive. It's a little bit obvious. But if he does land it, the risk and reward there is just phenomenal. So even though you might say that's suboptimal, he goes for those options just because he can land them and just get away with it. And right now, Ralphie getting a forwarder into a back air, trying to space another one, reading Soan's recovery, but of course, misspacing it Soan with the mix. Tweek maybe trying to predict an aerial, realizing aerial coming from Soan, landing with the Rebel's guard, and then of course, and he got unpunished for it. Ooh, that almost could have been the stock if Tweek had converged that into an up air. And right now, Soan needs to make sure that StockTaker has everything he needs to get back onto stage with Tweek edge guarding him, and StockTaker is indeed back. But right now, StockTaker is on his last stock. If he can clean this up on Ralphie somehow, but you'll see Ralphie running away and backlining instead of committing unnecessarily. Because if he does lose the stock, StockTaker can play so belligerently and just say, you're at 68%. I don't care that you're at 68%. I'm going to clean up the stock right now for myself. Oh. I mean, there is nothing else to say about that. That was literally beautiful. That really was something else to look at. Man, right now, Ralphie and Tweek are just playing off on top of each other. They're just, you know, ooh, and they're opting to go for Town and City this time. Interesting stage choice. I feel like this can go for both Ralphie and StockTaker, but Wolf can definitely play around the platforms impeccably well like this. Everybody's sticking to these characters. Right now, this is looking like, I believe it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 6 to 1 coming from Tweek and Ralphie if they can get this off. So, the chilly music. So there's so much pressure right now being put on Soan and StockTaker because to make this back, they have to make the reverse 3-0. And the momentum on Tweek and Ralphie, it's just unheard of right now. StockTaker is spacing a nair out of shield on Tweek off stage. Stock doing a phenomenal job on just keeping him off stage so that Soan can do what he wants. And Soan is landing those kill confirms. Great packet coming from Soan. Okay. Oh my gosh. I mean, right now, Ralphie is down 1 stock. Tweek is edge guarding, StockTaker to the best of his ability, and that counter was phenomenal. Just quickly cleaning things up and making them as even as possible. So right now for Tweek and Ralphie, it's right now this match will depend on who takes this next stock first, and they took Tweek stock first. That's phenomenal. And ooh, Soan opting for the high recovery, knowing that Tweek doesn't have enough time to F smash or anything like that. Joker, of course, doesn't have any consistent kill deals, but of course the back air taking out the stock with Soan being at 138, I believe 148%. Right now, StockTaker is, you know, always opting for those side Bs going above ledge, maybe trying to optimize the spike hitbox of it, because if he does get it off, the reward on it is just so good. Really great down throw, but he could have pummeled just a little bit more, maybe try to optimize. I'm not sure if he has grab armor on down throw or not. That is something I will have to check with later. But Soan getting back to stage right now, and StockTaker spacing these tilts on Tweek's shield. Joker doesn't have the best out of shield options, and nothing with anything amazing distance either. So StockTaker is able to do as he pleases. Great dash attack coming out. And right now, Soan needs to find a way to get back to stage. StockTaker is unable to help him as he's being currently preoccupied by Ralphie and Tweek with the edge guard. And now it is 2 and 2 to 1 and 1. This is Tweek and Ralphie's game to take. This is their tournament to take. They're going to take doubles. Look at that, exactly as foretold. Soan is able to commit to these options because he knows if they mess up, they die. If he messes up, he's taking 15% at most. So the risk-reward ratio is extraordinarily skewed right now. But StockTaker and Soan bringing it back to 1 stock apiece. But right now, Tweek is able to get the throw into up air combos. Super consistent, super reliable. Getting the damage off. And that's going to be it for Soan. And so unless StockTaker pulls something very fast, this definitely looks like their tournament to take. Man, I love that up smash attempt from Ralphie a little bit earlier to try and land it. Ooh, And that's going to be it. Tweek and Ralphie are your doubles champions of Yoshi's, returning to Yoshi's Island. Phenomenal, phenomenal job on them. The play has, you can just see them getting more and more comfortable with each other throughout the course of the tournament. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to watch this. This has been a really hectic and exciting grand